Opening duel.
Yeah, great frag to open up for the finest count. The bomb will get dropped, however. Forzy with a decent kill in the back. Beastic also follows suit, and Forzy will get a double up onto Kriaz. So a 4-on-2 situation has been gained, but that bomb has also gone down, and Twist has struck back.
And no map control really gained on the post plant. You can see Anarkez getting a little bit more aggressive out towards a short position. Twist out at market 2.
Swinging forward, Twist has now seen where Forzy is. Anarkez turns his back towards him. His shot goes for the swing, and Forzy will follow suit with a triple. What a retake that is for the Sinners. Twice, knowing he's the lone defender. Incendiary is coming down. He backs off to wait for backup. The MAC-10, however, might not give him a choice in the matter. The kill gets found, but Zedko, so quick to get back to shore, is overwhelmed in the end by Twist, so a 4-on-3 ensues.
They're out of there. They're saving, mate. They are so quick to go and act to going for that save call. And you're in a position where you've got the AWP invested for Forzy, and you're just getting rushed again. I think they're going to have to change the protocol up ever so slightly for Tom Keeks and try and see if he can get a little bit more involved into the action, because I think Finest are going to continue to punish B, or at least attempt to do so.
Well, could well do. Finest going towards the same site twice in a row definitely telegraphs the overall game plan. Guess that first round on the board for their own part. The Sinners overwhelmed by the firepower, and of course it's the right call to save these weapons here. Third time Finest want to go for this hit.
No, they've actually changed the setup by bringing the big green over towards that van position. They need the flash to be good. Over towards the angle. Anarkez is going to fall first.
The flash was late. The shot rings out from Forzy, connecting so effectively. Tom Keeks makes his way forward, but Forzy gets the up shot on the second player as well. Burn to light the Plessens Molotov in the end, so a kill back for the T-side line. Zedko traded by Twist, a 3-on-2 scenario, and they're trying to find hard behind these smokes. Blind is backed. Tom Keeks continues to extend, drops that bomb once again. Twist is all alone, and all left for dead in the corner. Maybe cut rotations and they make their way out. Spot Zedko and tap his head off carefully. Back turn towards the next player on the site itself. Before he's distracted, thinking there might be an execution. 15 seconds, the jump face plays distraction, and Tom just can't hold on forever. Overwhelmed by the execution. At least Forzy gets that trade back. The bomb can be secured though.
Yeah, Gray's got to slow it down, not allow those quick rotations to come through, and even his teammate Shox is starting to get into a good position too.
Now slow rotates in towards Apps. The shots on from Forzy connecting. It's all Kriaz now. Nades coming inbound. The backstab from Shock about to complete itself. Hearing the footsteps coming in closer and closer to the site. The scope's out. Just wraparounds coming in slowly but surely. Tap on the bomb once. Swing back. There's Shock with the capitalization. And Sinners will get the fourth.
And they're waiting for some over-aggression, try and see if they can work the default into a pick. And as of right now, no one is peeking forward. I say that, and Zedko, that is super aggressive. And now even Tom Keeks full. B-side's open.
Yeah, Forzy will try to get the trade back to an even man standing, though. Runs into the AWP of Anarkez, who can counter him very effectively. 2 kills in the round for him, and now cuts any rotations in from Market. A late lurk can come through from another player here for Finest. That Shocks on his way forward. The CTs are going to try go for this hit, though. They're going to try and get the retake together.
That's going to be tough, especially with that late lurk. And Finest just know they've got to slow it down in the post plant, and if they do so, this round is there.
Again, Finest are going to slow this down.
Yeah, they know they've been finding more success with it. Tom Keeks just getting flashed out in the open. Just can't see a thing.
Yeah, so blind. Couldn't see anything, had no choice but to stand and fight and ultimately lose his life. Zedko picks up quick. Twist gets that frag and now cuts the rotations as Beastic be left isolated here in Connector. Flash is thrown forward. Plessen does get caught on a jump phase, so there's that much going. And one trade back for the CT side, but now the AWP Anarkez can strike. Beastic to fall, and Forzy is left alone.
Yeah, got to try and see if he can hold this AWP on. Money is not great, and even Anarkez is getting in towards that TV room. I've got a pretty good...
Smart call. Back off and force Finest to do the same.
So they've got Tom Geeks very aggressive into the apartments. If there's any contact being established in that direction, he's definitely going to be the one to try and hold off for as long as possible. Put a smoke down on a contact too. And Finest are going to commit to a double pump into A. They're running out of time here.
Smoke thrown over towards top con, I believe. Shock M4 engages upon the bomb carrier, looks for Anarkez, who does take a ton of damage, but gets the kill away. 15 seconds, and Finest know that they can't burst into the bomb site, not with so many high HP players on the Sinners camp. Gonna have to save for another round here, and that's not an encouraging way to close it.
Yeah, they're actually working really hard for these T-side rounds. This has not been a walk in the pan at all. And Twist making sure that he catches one off.
From them so far. 16-4 was the last Mirage map that played between these two teams. Finest absolutely dominated them, but I'm not seeing any signs of domination here and now. Been a very impressive showing as thus far. Shocks again with the opener. Zedco, very fast responsive, so it means a 4-on-3 again for the Sinner side.
Yeah, Sinners have been very successful with holding man advantage situations and trades. And Tom Keek's thinking about a reposition over towards that B site, and Finest could even just be a walk contact. This is a nice angle onto Twist.
Waiting for the moment. Sinners bracing for Finest to make the play, and if they are as slow as they've always liked to be, it might be a while before that play comes in, but the Molotov is thrown over. As are the flashes of the smoke, Zedco caught. Tom Keeks, known towards sight, still deals with Twist here. AWP of Anarchy is watching the window cross as Tom Keeks continues striking on the site, gets Kriaz to drop. It's all Anarchy's now. Shoulder not seen, peeks out.
Even Forzy with the orbs in a good position. They don't know about Twist just yet, and that could actually be the sandwich onto a B take.
Yeah, his best player right now is to wait for the execution to come in, and then to play on just Forzy's distraction indeed. Back turn, wonderfully timed. Twist, get the kill back. Tom Keeks will start burning as B-Stick falls, and Tom Keeks is not long for this world. Zedco charges forward into the site, unable to get much done with it. Shock at least got a trade. That's as far as it will be gained.
They made that look really easy, and I definitely wasn't, right? It came down to a matter of timing. The fact that he hears the AWP unscope and walk away.
Attention on that short position. See the man.
Oh, no way.
Back to turn. Neither one sees each other. And Plessin snuck his way into the A side. This could be massive, but he's seen by Shock. Head tapped off his shoulder. And now Finest to reduce to 2, maybe even less. Shock's forced to get the trade, but Forzy lands a scout headshot. Shock's alone now for the 1v3 clutch.
Got to get the bomb down, try and draw out this fire. It's wild round so far. You can see Tom Keeks getting in towards our jungle control. Shock's is thinking about aggressing towards CT, just trying to clear out all the common pre-angles.
Pressing carefully and closely in from the CT spawn angle. Cubby corner spawn itself is checked just in case. With a backstab set in by B-Stick, making his way all the way around towards Ramp. 46 HP might be an easier frag to find. And Shock can evade him entirely if he plants down towards the default position, but he goes open and sees what's really coming his way.
Forcing their way forward to take that map control. Even B-Stick could be on for quite a lot. They're going to start taking Connector.
AK ready to receive it, and deals with Anarchez, deals with Kriaz, and looks to triple up, but doesn't quite manage to land it. Plessin with a responsive, an advantage gained by Sinners regardless, though. Finest are forced to press their way on towards the A site. They've got Shock alone towards the CT spawn, unchecked by Plessin as he looks the wrong way. Twist will spray through the wall, but they've got to go back to grab that bomb from the top of the stairs. A flash support in. Plessin on the rotate up, the M4. Just watching as B-Stick presses, the nade damage done to Zedco and Forzy, and there's Anarchez with the kill to return to the man advantage for Finest. 30 seconds, the bomb's got to commit now.
Yeah, where do they go? They're struggling with the util. At least they open up the sideline towards jungle, so plant open for that if at all possible.
And back to an even man standing once again. Zedco's going to extend up there. Maybe here, Plessin in the mid position. His Twist strikes on Shock. Zedco makes a ton of noise, but goes for the wide swing, gets the frag, but simultaneously Forzy falls, and that's the bomb planter removed. Zedco on 11 HP, knows that you can't win that clutch. Just grab the rifle and save.
Yeah, nothing that you can do in that stance. And that's the problem that Sinner's facing around like that, is that anytime you're getting...
Duel to turn into their favor. Shock will reaggress and Twist reads
nice.
it, but Shock still wins it. What the hell was that?
That's unreal. The fact that he's still on the same HP bars as how he took the first fight onto the second. Plessin's got to try and respond, playing in around this window position. And as of B-side, it's going to be him and Kriaz to set the crossfire.
Molotov in, is going to catch Plessin. He's forced to escape back to ladder room. Zedco heard him as well. Seeing the shoulder, finds the fight, wins it in all. 5-on-2. The Sinners are looking great. Kriaz can only stand for one frag. Zedco overwhelms him, and Anarchez just can't do anything.
This is such a surprise. It really is. I mean, even Finest, when they went for their aggressive duel out towards that main position, not quite fighting together, opening up those 1v1s, and then for Shock, that's a huge round.
Twist. Leaning in, sees the foot, and does get the headshot. That's one way back in. Need to follow up the kill.
Yeah, even Shox is quite defensive out into this jungle control, expecting a slight contact play to come in, hope to see if they can catch him sleeping. Even a boost up towards getting to the top of stairs. Great molly.
Driving Shocks even further forward, though. Will that be to their demise? Well, it will be to the demise to Twist. Shocks, however, doubles up. Removes the main site force execution from player. 2-on-2. And now back into Con to try and isolate Beastic. But Shocks is so low. He needs Kriaz to deny the bomb plant. And that's exactly what he does. Beastic, all alone, finds that frag. And he's going in for the clutch. A one-on-one now for the 3K for him. And Kriaz should be known towards CT. The M4 not sticking up. I think he saw the gun barrel right there. Swinging a hit. Spray through, but Kriaz wins. Such a sick shot. To see it from his perspective, right? Because we saw it from Anarchez and we were like, he's got to land this shot, right? And to see how quickly he peeked in, it got the scope and adjusted to it. Beauty of a frag, but not quite as beautiful a follow-up in the follow-up round. Dead to the hands of Twist, but Beastic trades him, has more CTs facing him, could be on for the 3K, and that's exactly what he claims. Just like that, it all falls apart for Finest as Kriaz becomes the last man left alive in the 1v4, and there's no way he clutches this. First casualty being taken. Pleasant, however, gets 2 on the lineup here, pushing out towards ramp alongside Twist, finding a 4 versus 3 for the Finest side, and both players will take a ton of damage, but the Sinners aren't exactly unscathed themselves.
Yeah, Finest might start over-rotating bodies back towards the A side. Twist is low towards the backlines. Kriaz out in the open, maybe too far exposed, Jay.
Shock will find him. 3-on-3 situation. Plessing now suppressed by a smoke. Blind firing, can't do much with it. That bomb trying to commit to the site. Twist low HP being faced in by Forzy. Gets his kill, but not quite the triple. Plessing trades it right back. Swings on Beastic, removes his head off his shoulders, and it's all on Shock now. Plessing on for the ace meanwhile. The USP sneaking in the backstab as well. There's another player inbound. Has no idea about Shocks making his way in slowly but surely, and there's the headshot to secure the pistol on the CT side for Finest.
Hey, just what they need. And I think for Finest, especially because you're coming into Ancient, you're starting on that CT side, having that positivity and that early round contention is going to be very key for them to really try and muster themselves a good performance on this map to try and hope to bring it to a third.
No other T-side presence out here, but 30 seconds. Sinners have run the clock low.
And that wraparound play in mid could be a defining factor. Anarchez with that AWP has to be important.
Lands a shot on Shocks. Got Zedco already peeking forward. Will get dealt with. He does find Kriaz on the way out. Plessin reduced to the USP, running out of ammo. Shocks' backstab's closing in as Forzy gets dealt with. And Tom Case on for the 1v3 clutch. 10 seconds. Got to go forward and grab that bomb. Switching out to the AK. Can't quite find the angles and the potential for the frags back of the clutch. Will find Shocks at the end with a spray through. Swings out and Plessin knows to hide. Wait for the timer to run to 0. These have no rotating players, and I think Sinners have read this. They're just charging straight in.
This is done. I think this has to be a save call. Unless Kriaz finds a response in from Cheetah and turns it into a kill, I can't see a way that they go for this. Plessin's low on HP. They're down by 1.
Got to be a killing against Beastic. Flash forward. It doesn't even connect him, but still, Kriaz gets away pretty much unscathed in that engagement. And now they know what's going on. Now they will go for the retake.
And now they're at least set themselves up for it. You've got a slight red wrap coming around late into the round. Pleasant trying to spam through. Don't deny the smoke from going down.
Flash forward, and Forzy's blind, but he still gets away with the kill. Assistance thanks to Comcase. Pleasant extremely low on HP, and now Kriaz falls. Anarchez responds. AWP for his 2K, and landed on Shock through the wall bang. Very little damage being done towards the man overall, though, and now Tom Case going to go swinging in towards this top of Candle's position.
Pool is actually being played in a best-of-3 series. That double orb can go around quite a bit.
Characteristic of this particular team, Plessin use the AK to start things off, but Tom Case can double up of his own right, take 2 players down in the mid-control and gain it all for the T-side line. Forzy also strokes with the AWP. And now Twist leaning forward in Candles is dealt with by Zedco, who snuck ahead of that smoke, and in the blink of an eye, this round is done.
Yeah, fought fire with fire. That's a lot more aggressive towards the mid stance. And every time so far that Sinners have taken mid, it's always felt like it's a lurk or it's a single individual. That time around, they just bomb rushed it. They went so aggro out of elbow.
Plant secured easy. Nothing that they can find to smoke. Beastic will fall. Tom Case is down to 6 HP. Shock, however, the Deagle Dome in. Will find a pick back, and Kriaz will catch him on the trade. Look for the double up. Not quite able to land against the man, but he is known to Anarchez, who will try to look for the pick back to return. The Forzy flanks against Kriaz, though, so they are keeping it expensive here for Sinners.
Yeah, there's even a walkout on B too. Tom Case has been able to grant a very open bomb site. Anarchez is trying to force the fight, and instead his teammate falls!
What?
What is going on here?
What was that mental reset? Sinners took one of their own, right? They just took the Deagle straight to the heads of Finest. Oh boy. Shocks in a 1v3 on what was a half-buy investment. B site's gained. Someone's going to go back for that bomb and just get it planted immediately. And Shocks, already being marked by Forzy here outside of Donut, might get caught, but the bullets fly his way, and now they know what to do.
Yeah, slight missed opportunity. You're right about that. Regain the bomb, go over towards B. That is an eye-opener. When you thought about the opening advantage that Kriaz got looking down that mid-control with Twist getting the first out towards B, it felt like that round was just farming ecos.
Who would have seen that coming? Shocks Orb setting ready for the kill. The new outside of the B doors, waiting for the flash to come forward. Back to turn, he only gets damage for it. Beastick and Zedco can get a 2-for-1. Zedco will fall for his sacrifice, and now Shocks leans in as Plesson and Shocks can combine. Forzy with the Orb back, trying to look for that second kill, but doesn't quite connect it. The bomb's been dropped, and it's all to Shock to clutch.
Utter madness is what's going on right now towards that lane control. Fights everywhere, anti-flash positions, whiff sprays, but a man advantage now for Finest. And I start wondering to myself, Jay, how quickly do they turn on a swivel? How quickly do they start watching this backstab? Because it's going to take a while for Shocks to get into position.
Slowly pushing, being quiet about this. 45 seconds on the clock, and the rotate back towards long will come through. Plesson's M4 is watching the AWP of Anarkez. Not even looking the right way as the spray comes back. And now flashbang forward, looking for the engagement here at long-range positions. Jump face, but looking the wrong way. Thought he might not have been at the door with his entries at certain times. I'm not sure how he keeps doing it. But again, he's going well above and beyond the Call of Duty for the Sinner side.
I'm with you 100%. Out towards his ramp control, needs to really apply the pressure down onto Plesson. Try and see if any of those spams connect. Kriaz on the other side loses the fight, and Plesson's still aggressive. Why?
Oh!
I'm not sure why that's being held aggressive, Jay.
Gonna cost him. Quick swing was fantastically placed by Shock. A 2K to his name to extend his kill lead position. Yeah, absolutely right. A site's gained. Zedco just peeks up towards Temple. Anarkez is making noise to rotate back, and I think Zedco's just going to wait here, bait him out. Maybe lean in towards spawn. I mean, it doesn't really matter because Sinners are going to get the bomb plant anyway.
Yeah, in my eyes, that's just a rookie mistake from Plesson. And for a guy that's been around really ballsy, isn't it? Oh, Plesson on the other side. The flash comes through. Didn't get blinded about that. Look at that from Tom Case, trying to see if he can do the same magic.
I don't understand how he has the balls to go for those kind of plays. It's working for them, but finds to try him back. Anarkez with a frag onto B-Stick. Now Zedco walking into the A site, and Shocks walking into his death, but Forzy falls to Anarkez. One of the rare AWP battles that have gone the way of the Finest side here, and Zedco now for the quadra clutch in this round.
Just so out of position, had that A site opened, really needed his AWP teammate to stay alive, bring that bomb back over, and even Twist is relocated.
Leaning in, knows that he's out towards main, spot on the shoulder bait, the burst fire, flash forward, keeps him blind. Elbow, but they're not going to make the move. They think it's all on B site, and Plesson will fall for it. Kriaz next to task. B-Stick, smoke being thrown back. Kriaz will swing for it and will lose his life. So a 4-on-2, but as you mentioned, that bomb's made its way towards the A site. The smoke will go down, and now they realize that they made a mistake.
This is still winnable for Anarkez and Shocks. We know how strong Anarkez can be in post-plant situations. 2v4, they've got to get some fights in quickly, though.
Anarkez is low. Shocks has only got a Galil and everything. Flash forward, he leans in against the M4, making a ton of noise towards it. And there's the shot for the T-side. Orpa, Shocks brings it back to a 2-on-2. Anarkez now watching Temple, where a player's about to face him. Forzy to get up the ghost on this one, the shoulder bait, and that shot connects so well. And he's forced to fall back. The young Orpa with an AWP in his hands. Best to hold that into the next round as Finest. Tom Case.
Look at A, mate. Look at A. They've got the side open.
Focusing on that B defensive as one lurker again presses forward, and again Sinners have left that site completely just uncontested at all. Forzy and Shock are at least going to try to cut the rotations back, and that lurk play might just turn into a decent backstab instead. Indeed, Forzy's caught, but sprayed to low HP, not to dead. Tom Case is going to get overwhelmed on the site execution itself as Kriaz, Twist, and Shocks all just combine to overwhelm every CT they find. And once again, it's Shock to save.
And how is that even a possibility? The fact that Finest have got an A site open, they're going to over-rotate from lane to A. Oh, wait, we've got to cancel. We're going to go back into B. You're running into the trap.
Spray burst. Awkward against Plessin. Swings forward and Plessin gets the kill for it. Now there's one man isolated to the back of the A site. Zedco with it all to do here. And they're all inbound from Donut. A smoke to that cross, providing a bit of cover for both Plessin and Zedco here. The shadow seen, but Zedco doesn't adjust towards it. And Finest have the site. Tom Case leaning forward, spots his man, gets his kill, goes in for the double as Shox goes for the trade.
Oh, they've got to go for this, surely. You can't back off and save. You've got to try and work the 2v3 clutch. And Finest are just stalling for time, and it's the safe option. It's backing off. It's trying to play for OT. Oh, that's a split decision to make. That's a tough call.
I think you summarized it correctly at the first take, though, Dwayne. Like, just, they have to go for it. They have to deny this, because it's going to be 7 rounds in a row for overtime. The money is still in a state. And there's even a hunt coming in from Kriaz. A late lurk towards his B site. Force is going to fall. They're not even going to get any guns out of it
in that round.
He's going to try to look for the entry out here towards mid. Shock shuts him down, however. Gives no breathing room as B-Stick doubles up. Finally, the Sinners have had enough.
The pace being settled right there. Fighters trying to send themselves forward into mid, into that lane control, and find themselves just being ripped to shreds. Anarchist and Shox down the last couple.
Both held out towards B lane. Bomb on the back of the AWP. Hoping for aggression down ramp. He's not going to receive it, though. No boost either to allow him to get up and into the site aggression and the site contact. B-Stick waiting with the M4 in hand. The Molotov sent down. You see another spray and dealt with all the same. Forces forward of it, desperate to get his 28th kill, but doesn't get it against B-Stick. Tom Key's there for the responsive. The nade's back, doing damage towards him and Zedco, but you're right, the rotations have baited them away on the CT side. They reaggress through Temple, but Shox is ready for Zedco here. AWP for the AK at close range, but his back is turning. He leans into Forzy instead.
That's a really important kill, and now Anarchist is going to pick out towards lane. They're going to go back to B.
Tom Case ready for it. Spray goes awkwardly. Only gets one frag for it. Twist can get the bomb plant, but it'll be a 1v2.
Okay, the flash down. Tries to even get the plant over. Forzy misses the shot. Now a chance to get it in.
Very difficult shot to hit on the flick back. Twist making his moves in, gets his shot back, and Forzy misses the AWP frag in 1v1. And he just connects it. Just keeps Sinners alive. Tom Case will now try the backstab against him, but Plessin finds a corner and sticks his back towards it. Checking both entryways, though. Tom Case swings in and gets his kill. Now it's Anarchist and Twist, the two players, to try and take the A sites.
Get that smoke down towards a donut position. Unfortunately, that doesn't break the sight line at all. Tom Case is playing out from Temple and can play the man advantage, play the time, because it is limited.
25 seconds, and he continues walking in the AWP to find the pick. Twist ahead of him slightly. The M4 doesn't know where to go. We'll see him now. Dish out the damage and force his teammates to rotate. 12 seconds, though. Tom Case, Molotov'd out into the open. The bomb will be secured. 2v2. Sinners are denied, though. Shot goes for the swing, and that's enough. Stay alive. Don't peek, Anarchist. Get the round. That's what you need. Smoke staff. Tom Case unawares of what's going on. That's a frag.
That's a massive kill. And even Shock playing out towards Donut has to stay alive for as long as possible. He's relayed the information over and rotates are coming.
And backups arrive so quickly as well for Zedco, doing damage to the scout individual. Anarchist swapping to the Galil as Forzy's AWP strikes on Shox. A 4-on-3. The Sinners have control of this here. Plessin watching with the Galil. B-Stick bursting forward. Kriaz diving out of the way as Zedco gets his headshot. Reduced to 2 now. The site's pretty open, and Forzy's opened up Anarchist. Kriaz with 2 to gain. The spray comes up great. Now 2 more to get for the ace clutch to close out the map. The Finest. The AWP swings, and he keeps spraying blind to get the damage, but not the kill. The Sinners down to suppress the CTs will start to clear. Shock is accounting for Kriaz. Make sure he doesn't rotate into the backstab and go for the retake. Zedco catches Anarchist, scoped in tunnel vision. Couldn't look back towards Donut, and Zedco sees another. Twist caught, turns in for the triple. Kriaz now, the lurker out to the B site, revealed his hand too early, and now can't do anything to deny this bomb defuse. Will swing towards Tom Case, take him down, but it will be Sinners taking the lead with this round. Will start to clear in a few moments' time as Forzy strikes against Kriaz. Anarchist will be seen. Tom Case will be able to find the frag on Plessin, so they remove the ramp control. One trade is not good enough for Finest here.
Even Shock can actually drop the bomb for going down. Doesn't need to overextend. The enemy P's out the other side, and Anarchist is going to drop. Now the pace continues to A.
B-Stick stands in the back of the site. Backup will arrive here soon in Forzy. Orb set and ready for the flick. B-Stick takes it instead and doubles up to a low HP Shocks and the Sinners.
Those rotations are coming through fast on that temple position. He needs assistance and he needs it now.
There's no idea how close they really are. The AWP also set in for Anarkez. Trying to look around. Twist sees the shoulder, does his damage, but Anarkez strikes with the player in the back and Twist can follow suit on Zedco. A is lost to the T side, but still Tomcase will try find his way in and Twist says no. Forzy alone, AWP in hand. To lean in towards that B site, lean into, I believe that's Shocks making his way around from the lane position. Running right into him, and yes, the Deagle taps are all. Flashed in instead, gonna try to look for that pick. He gives chase, he sees another CT, and Plessis can turn around for the frag.
Oh, it's so aggressive. And even Twist being that backup support, just being there to help the crossfire, made that duel come in, and now double peek back in towards that mid control.
Don't tell me it's falling apart for the Sinners now. Finest in ruins, but Sinners picked apart of themselves. Forzy, at least one frag, but down to 11 HP. B-Stick on less than 50, running into Anarkez, leaving the AWP alone again.
The struggles on T-side continue. With Forzy on low HP, HE's even coming through, evading by a margin, but the bomb, he's got to draw one of these two fights out into the open.
That's in the M4, sees where Zedco is, crossfire with Kriaz, locks him down, Shock with one trade, but again it's coming so late here, and Shocks has set a donut to get their headshot to return. It's Forzy alone. 3 rounds for Sinners on their CT, half of the Finest to repeat the case, get 3 of their own. Second OT is calling, surely.
Yeah, it's gotta be. And Finest, just know, play it smart. Anarkez getting close, hearing those footsteps. They know exactly where Forzy is. This is a done deal. This is 18-18. And Finest, I didn't think they were going to do it, Jay, after losing 10.
Enough. Shock working in mid. Not quite as aggressive this time with the Finest side. No one in Donut will aggress towards that position. No one in Candles either. Utility set as Anarkez takes the peek in from Cheetah, catches B-Stick, 2 to cross, and Kriaz almost catches them, just damage being done, and Shocks looks away as Donut becomes the play, and Shocks gonna catch the trade.
Needs to follow up though, onto Pleasant, straight into the bomb side, the AWP to try and cut the rotate.
AWP battle between four. Need to make some magic with this. Incendiary set and a slow start around right here. The Anarkez misses. Perfect chance to punish. That's what Zedco does. And he continues pressing. The flashbang suppresses though, and he gets back out of dodge.
There's an aggressive play though out towards A main. The T's continue to run down on towards B. They ain't giving a damn. They're continuing to the side directly. Twist is gonna fall. Plesson's being caught on rotate and Shock on Shocks.
Wrap around the corner here, outside of main. Shock. From B, the bomb could go down there so easily. If they go to elbow, that could be disastrous for Forzy here.
Oh, it really could be. I don't think they will, though. They're going to go in towards this donut position. And keep in mind, Forzy's still got plenty of util.
I think Shock knows what's going on, though. Looking into donut, looking for a challenge. Sees one, sees the second man as well, or did he? No, he peeks back with his knife turned away. And now it's all to Forzy to clutch it. Nades down, footsteps being heard. He's got no smoke. He does put one out. He finds one in the end. Molotov back, but flash forward for Kriaz. Forzy's watching it with a Tech 9 headshot. On the B, defensive Anarkez. Turned away from Incendiaries down. Nade to his position. Will that land on point? No, it will go too deep.
Yeah, Forzy's got to find that connection. Bait out the AWP shot and find a response. Anything. Set his teammate up in a good position.
Kriaz planting. Not quite to the connection shot of the AWP. B-Stick also rotates to the back, wins against Kriaz. Twist also in cave. Swing out, he's checking the main site, and he has no idea! B-Stick goes for a second face! And Anarkez is all alone now to clutch it in the 1v2. Shot baiting, Flash keeps him blind, center of the site, and Forzy connects another AWP v AWP battle win for 20.